Okay, it's never wrong to put the profile in the wrong spot. It is always wrong to not check it. So once you get to this point, you're going to go ahead and check that your profile's in the right spot. You look for something that you need, ID the endpoint of that, and you're usually going to be off 1,000. So this is 1,000, it's a 2,000, so you're going to move that. You're going to move it however you care. Click it, click at 1,000, angle 180. However you're going to do it, you're going to check it. We'll go back again here. ID the intersection. You've now got that in there, 10,000, 10, 10, 0, 0. Everything's good. Remember how it's very nice, very quickly to go here to the profile view properties. Please take note, right here is where you change that sense of what you display. And you don't want to display these grids. The grids will be on the sheet border or on the thing on the outside. You don't very often need to see those. You kind of get that, hit apply, you're okay. You kind of got this all let out. You remember, oh, in all reality, you don't need all that stuff on there. You're going to go undo what I just erased out. You're going to learn to grab that right away and change it to existing. And very often it's a great idea as you go through here. You notice this is set up a little bit different than it was in the other DOT template. We've got those two things there. You've got a profile view. The next step would be to go ahead and figure out what your stations and elevations are. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't like the way that thing circles through there, but we're going to try right now to go ahead and show you now how you can go about bringing in your vertical alignment right now with the same thing. Because it is in station elevation times 10, you can say script, and you can go ahead and bring in your vertical alignment. It's going to bring it in at the current layer. Where did it put it? It put it down here. And why did it put it there? Well, let's see. I did not put the vertical alignment in the 10, 10. I didn't multiply everything by 10. So you could do all kinds of things, right? But the fact is, we're going to go ahead and re-edit that out because you realize it went in the wrong spot. Or you could kind of go ahead and erase this and E-cross. So let's take a look at what that data looked like. We're going to go into Notepad here, File, Open, all of my files. And I have to remember that the vertical alignment, if you notice here, is times 10, so it's 382.5. And so visuals help a lot. That is the starting point. And the visual stuff help a lot. So File, Save. This time when I go back here, it's same thing. This time I say Script, horizontal and vertical alignment. Hit OK, Open, and you see that it comes right in there. That's something, in essence, that you might want to then go ahead and draft or play around with. But in this case, you have something you can make your surface profile. You can do it by coming from objects, doing all kinds of different ways. But we're going to create profile creation tools. Select the profile view to create the profile. We're going to give it a name, 99999, December 16th. Underscore cell line underscore proposed. Same thing, this is going to be proposed here. This is the tools that I've kind of showed you to use. The tool here is going to be fixed tangent 2 points. Your start point is going to be the end point of what you just drafted, if you would. The next point is going to be the end point there. This is where the interface gets interesting. You just say at this time, and then to the end point. And then you say at again to the end point. And then you say add again. And you're finished with the command so far, but you can go ahead and add more because I messed up there. You can go ahead, fixed tangent 2 points, starting point from the end point of that to the end point here. Fills them all in. You now have a horizontal alignment, you have a vertical alignment, and you can fill in your curves by going to the free vertical curve parameter. Remember, the K value is going to be the length of the curve divided by the change in the grade. So I'm going to grab the first entity and the second entity, and I'm going to give it a length of curve of 200. That's good for me. You see it put in the curve. Same thing again, free parameter, free vertical curve parameter. Grab the first entity, the second entity, and we'll give it a length of, this time, maybe 100 for the crest curve. And the last one, I'm going to grab my first entity, second entity, 200. If you notice there, it didn't do what I wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and do an undo here. And you might notice that sometimes these things don't always work, but we're going to try it one more time. We're going to use this free vertical curve parameter. We're going to grab coming in, grab going out, and say 200. Doesn't do it. So we're going to go ahead one more time. Free vertical curve parameter, grab coming in, grab going out, and then 200. We see now we have this kind of all drafted together. You've got a weird extra line there. Those goes to the, you've got a couple different layers going on. You've got the layer for here, which is going to be the actual profile, and the other one was that align layer, which we should probably call vertical. This layer right here should probably be called something else. I'm going to hit a pause here. Okay, time goes, but I've kind of gone through and I've laid out now the vertical. I'm going to double check that this is all okay, because in effect you start to see that different layers, right, things get better put on different layers. So I'm going to go ahead right now and list that li for list that's on Z views, and I'm going to start to use now lman again, lman, because I've got that set. That's actually set pretty well, and I'm going to go ahead and freeze a layer, and it cannot freeze that layer because that is my current layer. I'm going to go to Z points so I can go ahead and freeze and see whether in fact my alignment is there. So I see my alignment is set. It's got a vertical curve, and I want, again, one more time, add a vertical curve. Free parameters, grab this, grab the second one, and maybe give it a length of 100 here, and if it takes, then we have a vertical curve. So you now have your vertical designed. So we're going to go back here, and in the couple of minutes that are left, we're going to now remember that we need to get very good about doing views. We've already got the 3 set for the plan. We're going to say, for now, just new, and put an overall profile. Once again, you could know what these coordinates are and you wouldn't have to go through this process. Save layer snapshot with view. We're going to go ahead and say no, that's the big one there. We're going to hit OK here, and we're going to hit apply, OK. We're going to go zoom E, and we forgot, of course, to set up our original one, which was over here, but we can now say minus V for view, window, overall, first corner, and we're just arbitrarily taking from here to here, and we have an overall view. So we've got views set up. We've got 3 along the plan, and if you remember, we can go, as Jim told us, we're done now with the layout tools. That is done. We have a surface, and so how do you go ahead and now put the corridor together? Put the corridor together by going to simple corridor, giving it a name that makes sense, underscore, this wasn't December 16th. We're going to give it a standard or standard corridor style, hit OK. Learn to hit a space bar and select so you know whether you're accumulating too many alignments. If nothing else, hit a space bar and select, not the surface, but the one you just put in proposed. A lot of people are missing that, and go ahead, there's no assembly there. So we forget we didn't make an assembly. We can go zoom center, 0, 0, 100, kind of sets us up there. many people, I would suggest using the secondary road. We'll pick it up there with making a assembly